Hello and welcome to this episode of In the Clutches of the Cult. My name is John Gerdebed. I am the GM for this campaign. We rejoin the action as the group try to find a new home for Aegis and have dinner with Romad and Aeric.
A fam twee. A twee for fams.
Merchant, no. Academic. We don't really have I'll probably say merchant or academic would be good.
Academic would probably be the best one.
Rona, 29. She's literally the 10th daughter.
Rona.
The youngest. One of the youngest. She's still living with the family.
Aeric will dump the potatoes into the pot and say, Rona would be very interested to see this. She's done some studying with the temples. The Temple of Gond in town. She saw the Day of Wonders parade and was taken in by the mechanical men. Maybe Aegis and Rona can go to the temple.
That could work, yes.
Might be good for me to go with him there so I can... He seems to see me as a superior at the moment. I might have to relinquish command of him.
It seems like you both have been in war as well, yes.
The war is eternal, but is over.
War is over now. Yes.
It may feel like that way, but I can tell you now, whatever war you've done is gone.
You see, to him, the war was eternal. He was probably in service maybe 70 years.
I see, that takes more toll than I normally did. You could say it was more of what he is experiencing is how is
he's confused. He was made for a singular purpose, and now that purpose is over. He just needs some help.
He needs another purpose, I see. Well, whatever Eric's sister Rona can do, I'm sure he can find a new purpose there.
It might be good for him to be in the care of a temple.
Of course, I know the feeling.
But anyway, is there anything I can do to help?
Actually, I was about to get some logs ready. You'd like to come and follow me real quick?
Just wait here, Aegis. Just kind of like sits him in the corner.
Aegis sort of very awkwardly sits down, and the legs of the chair just
protest loudly.
You get the feeling that he's sort of taken the seated position, and mostly he is holding himself up, and the chair is
he's kind of
around
locked.
him.
He's locked his legs in a seating position rather than letting the chair take the weight.
Yeah.
Oh, God. All right.
But yeah, I go to assist.
We do assist. We do things.
And at this point, the rest of the party arrive at Aeric and Romad's house, dragging a very rapidly dressing, by this point dressed, but still sort of cleaning soot off of himself, Yaghole. Luna, Milo borrowed, and Essela arrive.
Everybody else basically said everybody's there now.
Everybody else, you're all here. You're in one place.
The house is big.
The party has reconvened.
When Essela enters with Luna, Essela will nudge Luna and say, "Is that him? Is that the person your friend was referring to?"
Let's go. Can you just repeat that, please?
Is that the person your friend was referring to?
That was to Luna.
to Luna.
Yes.
Okay. Makes mental notes to speak to Romad at some point.
I think probably like 5 minutes later, we bring in some logs and put it in the fire.
You, the rest of the party enter the house to see.
Three children you don't know.
You see three children: a girl, a portly boy, and a red-skinned tiefling. I feel really bad just keeping describing Jenks as just portly. Nat is a lanky girl, and Squidly is a boy with an eye patch.
I was just going to be confused, like, why is there kids? Did you just adopt kids already, Aeric?
Looks like they've adopted kids and a giant metal person.
And a giant metal person is sat awkwardly in a chair that is protesting very heavily.
Another Warforged. Okay, what happened? What did you guys do?
We can explain.
Explain.
I can confirm there is an explanation.
We're listening.
We're just looking at each other like, which one should we start with? I think should we start
Well,
with
first of all, these children approached us because they thought that I was evil because someone had been attacking people matching my description.
Which is, I'm assuming, this guy over here. Points at Aegis.
Yes. Upon some questioning, we saw that it wasn't one exactly like me, but something similar to me.
So, assuming the guy is now sitting there, assumption that that's been resolved?
Milo?
Yeah?
As you are saying this, an arrow with a blunt end just whizzes past you and bounces off the wall.
Ah!
And you can see that the tiefling child is holding a bow and then just looks around as if, wasn't me. La 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 la.
Pulls out the arrow.
It's just bounced off the wall. It's like a blunted end training arrow.
Yeah, it's like just a blunt stick.
I pick it up and just give it back to the kid. I suggest you be careful with those things. You might poke someone's eye out.
We're adventurers. We've been
They're
on an adventure.
They have been on an adventure, which is why, for their help, we offered them to come and have some food.
Okay.
Jenks, the wizard, looks around and we were told there'd be food.
Will be food. Tell you what. What's his name again?
Jenks.
Oh, no.
You said you had a particular interest in wizardry. Well.
Yeah, I'm training to be a wizard.
Indicate Milo.
Milo, our friend, is an actual real-life wizard.
Jenks' eyes just shoot wide open like dinner plates, just looks at Milo. You know magic.
I do?
I'm training to be a wizard, and you can show me how to be a wizard. Please show me how to be a wizard. Show me some spells. Show me some spells. Please show me some spells. Please.
In Steele's head, I regret nothing.
Yeah, no. I will give you I'll give you a high five.
Yeah, just lie high five to Sage.
I just turned to Steele and to Sage. I said, "You need to bring them home."
We promised them food.
You stranger dangered them. It's weird.
Is Luna saying that?
If it wasn't for these children, we wouldn't have found Aegis.
Okay, fine. I'll teach you Spanish. But by the time, at the end of the day, once we have our lunch, you are heading home. We're taking you home. You understand, you kids? The fact is that he's like acting like an adult. It's not. You don't look adult-ish.
Squidly looks disappointed and just fine.
There we go. Now, why don't you help cut some vegetables?
Squiddly.
I quickly cast
gestures,
this and summon. I take a spell slot and I will summon Merlin.
Squiddly gestures to Nat, and both Nat and Squiddly just kind of sulkingly walk off to the kitchen and start.
The sooner you help, the sooner food's done.
And then they didn't see my magic trick where I summoned.
And
Merlin.
Jenks just looks wide-eyed at the cat, and then
He already knows that spell. He's got a familiar.
Well,
While all this is going on, what's Romad doing at this point?
he is just beside Aeric, cuddling Aeric.
Okay, I won't interrupt then.
No, you can, you're welcome to.
No.
Do
If you're
Do it.
Ursula comes up, not quite knowing how to broach, but I'm going to bring Luna as well. Luna, do you want to come speak to Romad?
Oh, yes, of course.
Excuse me, Romad, is it?
Yes. How can I help?
We met one of Luna's friends here, and they said you may know a bit more information about the death curse that was around recently.
Oh, I can help you. Yeah, I can tell you some of my adventures there and tell you what happened.
We were told that some of the people affected by the death curse haven't been coming back. Just wondering if you knew anything in particular about the death curse, about what it actually was.
Would I know fully about it, John?
I'll send you a message.
Yeah. Well, let's go somewhere privately. I don't want to have everyone else, especially the young children here, to know about this.
Of course, I quite understand.
We'll just come to the.
While Romad racks his mind about what he remembers, Jenks just excitedly bounds around Merlin and Milo, showing Milo his stuffed owlbear, which he reveals is called Ferdinand.
And Milo just gasps at how adorable that is, and he's like, "I love you, little blood."
And he says, "This is my owlbear. It's called Ferdinand, and it is my familiar, and we are."
He is so adorable.
Can we keep these kids?
No,
That's called abducting.
that's a call adopting. Yeah. Well,
They might not even have parents, you know.
let's start with cantrips. Let's start with the easy ones, and then making sure everything's not going to be too dangerous. I think we all should go outside. What time is it outside currently?
It's starting to get a bit late in the afternoon.
I said
4:13.
It's about 4:13.
Yeah. I said, well, let's go outside. So that way we don't burn Eric's house here. So Milo will take Jenks outside. Anyone else is welcome to go outside as well to watch. Welcome back.
That's it for now on BBC One the news, wherever you are. Good night.
Ursula is secretly glad that Steele didn't point at her and say, "This person knows magic."
Yeah.
It's best for a wizard because wizard learns
He
by
specifically
birth.
wants to be a wizard. I'm going to be a wizard all day.
Not a sorcerer.
Only a wizard will do.
Yeah. So you were safe. As was borrowed.
Milo's gone outside with Jenks to learn some magic for him, but the fact is that he didn't want to be inside because it would if there's anything happen, they don't want to mess up the house. And also, Aeric said, "Well, do it outside, please, because I don't want you messing up my house."
This is how you cast Fireball.
End of game.
There you go, Tani.
And I'm just sending you.
Jenks will excitedly bound out of the house with you.
Oh, did everyone go quiet?
No, I'm here.
Yeah, I was, okay.
So quiet.
I know everyone's getting. It's just the suspense.
Killing you?
The suspense is killing me. Because John's got something planned.
I've got lots of things planned.
Of course
I've had
you
a
have.
week off work. I've been planning.
This is where the Tarask is going to arrive.
Spoilers, sweetie.
Just out of nowhere, just out of the kitchen comes a Tarask.
Just out of the kitchen sink.
Yeah.
I was the waste disposal. When Steel comes back in with the wood, Aegis will look up as... Do we do things now?
Just wait for now. Wait for now. And
He's very patient.
He returns to a straightforward sitting position. It's not comfortable sitting, it is just literally, I am here. I will wait. I've been told to wait here, so I will wait here until I am told to not wait here anymore.
That's one way we could just keep him satisfied, just literally tell him to wait there until I come back. And he'll just wait here. So comes back with firewood. Gives the firewood, or puts the firewood in, or whatever he's doing.
You could have got him to cut firewood.
Could have.
Yeah, it'd be useful.
I think for now, him sitting there not making any form of attacking motion is for the best.
Makes sense.
He needs to get used to not always attack.
Okay. Romad leads Essela and Luna up the stairs to a fairly large room on the second floor. I mean, I could go with a D&D counting system, but we'll go with, first, second.
Before he opens the door, he said, "Just mind the mess. Since I came back from Child, I've kind of just dumped most of my stuff here, and I have not had the chance to cleaning out. But you can tell that on the porch that we're trying to redecorate this place, give it a little bit more life to it. You see, just mind the mess."
Of course.
And then opens the door, and
Romad opens the door, and you can see a fairly large room with a desk and a number of bookshelves in it. And one of the walls is covered in maps of Chult. You can see another wall where the bookshelves are filled with items from when Romad was on way of adventuring. You can see a helmet. You can see the circlet, the tiara he wore with the black raven feather motif.
Times report us
The desk is scattered with written works, maps,
UK population
bits and
expect to be
pieces.
selected against
And around the room
virus.
on the floor, you can just see
Brexit will help save
black
lives by
feathers.
allowing new drugs to be approved faster. I'll be back soon.
and on the desk, there is a
We could be discharged from hospital tomorrow after treatment.
elaborate
The
little
next
card
page is the story of a female police officer who
with
chased
nicely
armed robbers.
calligraphied handwriting.
Horror movies. The Mirror reports the news.
Do you read it?
Plans to close all puppets.
Yes, if it's visible and I don't have to make it look like him. If it's available to read, I will have to read.
Are we all there?
No.
Romad will
No.
say out, you are more welcome to look around. He's not going to hide anything except for the
Okay, yep. Read the what's it.
The card reads.
If all the evidence is of Cholt, you'll see everything that's from Cholt and what he had to go through.
In a week, we are, of course,
You see it just reads, you are cordially invited to the wedding of Tammy and Ashley.
A large number to miss.
RSVP.
Well, this morning to dismiss.
Okay.
So this is all
Imagine-
my belongings from when I went to Cholt. So, what do you need to know?
Did you find what was causing the death curse?
We were in some sort of tomb. Unfortunately, we couldn't get out. There was no way of getting out. The only way we had to leave was to go through the whole thing. Go through a lot of traps and everything. The tomb was called the Tomb of the Nine Gods. And we encountered many creatures and even the gods themselves there. We went down lower levels and we came across this creature, large.
Does this mean the trust that people have paralyzed?
It was called the Soulmonger.
The creature was called the Atropal.
Yeah, the creature was called the Atropal, but above it was a large crystal of sorts.
Would I have heard of an Atropal, either myself or Luna?
You can both make me Arcana checks.
Eric, the answer is obviously going to be no, but might as well go for it anyway. 12.
Do you want me to roll one for you, Luna?
Could you please?
Yeah.
Lovely.
Luna, you would have vaguely heard at some point in a book you've read about an Atropal. They are basically a god that almost was.
In regard to that
is the only reference you can remember to them.
Down regime in England, this is exclusive.
Okay.
Do you say that to it? Do you say that to us?
Luna?
Yeah.
Do you say that?
Do you say that to us?
Oh yeah. The god that almost was.
Well, above it.
Go on, Romad.
Above that was the Soulmonger, which is like a big crystal. And realizing that's where all the souls were. The only way to stop it from becoming or stopping that curse was to destroy it. It was a big risk to take. I had no choice. When it broke, it released a tornado of souls from it. I knew from that when I returned, my sister had revived. That was my reason why I went to Cholton that place in the first place, was to find a way to save my sister.
What about these things we've been hearing? About some of the souls not waking up?
The rules and regulations change.
My suspicion is something to do with the atropole. Maybe my sister can tell you. She's coming to dinner. Maybe she can give you more information of what she saw at that time.
Did you say that? Did you say the crystal was near the atropole? Was it? Was it connected to the, was it connected to the atropole in some way?
Was it connected?
It was, yes.
It was, yes.
It was, yes.
I believe it might. It looked like it might either be feeding it.
There was a Romad. There was a type of umbilical cord between the two.
Yeah, I say that. I think that might give you the reason why. That might give you.
It was feeding on the souls of those people.
That's probably what the cause was. I do feel bad.
Could be worse.
I am gravely saddened that we couldn't save the rest of them. But
there has to be some sort of way.
Is there someone that you're trying to find?
My child, Briar.
Your friend Talon,
Was she cursed as well?
Yes.
I don't know what I really can't tell you what had happened in that time, but the only way I can give you the answer is if my sister can tell you what she has seen. She's still a bit shaken up from it, but I think she'll find a way to say something.
I would appreciate it if she could.
Essela will turn to Luna and say, your friend, he said he was trying to make sure that Briar's soul could be saved. Maybe, could this be what he meant?
Whatever he's trying to do, your friend Talon, which we know Kaelin knows of, I'm sure if he has found a way, then he seems like he's managed to find the impossible. Whatever he's doing, he's probably testing fate.
Probably. Sounds like something he would.
Romad will hold onto Luna's hands and gently squeeze it and says, I understand that you've lost your child, but I know that feeling to be better. I had lost my sister too until she came back to me. But please do not lose your hope. She will stay around, and I hope she is still alive.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I hope that eases your pain in a way.
Yeah, I mean, she says that
it does a bit.
He kind of like turns away quickly. And out of his mouth suddenly has feathers falling out of his mouth.
Are you alright there, Romad?
Sorry. I'm very sorry.
Don't be. That just doesn't look healthy.
That seems not right.
When I had to make sacrifices in order to find my sister. And unfortunately, will be my consequences from now on.
Let's talk about the eye in a second. The headline there.
Like I'm willing to take that consequence. Take that advice.
You went to see the pictures, so we'll show them to you now.
Well, She should be here any minute now, so let's go on downstairs and see if we can find a way to get to you, to talk to her. He opens the door for you guys to go out.
Thank you.
We leave.
We go downstairs.
Milo and Jenks, and is anybody else gone outside to watch as the pair start to learn magic?
I think Borrowed would.
I mean, that makes sense. Anyone else, or are you all sat inside?
I would be, yeah.
Yes, yeah, Sage will go out there as well, see their progress.
Okay. Milo, you spend about 5-10 minutes showing Jenks how to properly point the wand.
Yep.
And he is just eager to learn everything you can teach him.
Okay, we're going to start with the firebolt. So, I don't think he will. He's like muttering to himself, I don't think I will like this, but gotta teach him somehow. So he's gonna like sort out Jenks. He's like position him in a way, kind of like doing the whole thing.
Yeah.
So, well, here we go. So we got to do this. It's gonna take a while. So we're gonna do firebolt, and I start teaching him the words. I asked him, "Do you have a book at all? Do you have like anything to write into?"
No. Should I?
Yes. Because the important thing about being a wizard is that you have some sort of thing to write your spells in.
I thought the important thing about being a wizard was to have a wand and a familiar. I have a familiar. This is Ferdinand, my familiar. And this is my wand.
Unfortunately,
It doesn't have a name. Should it have a name?
I never really had a name for my one. And I like showed him my staff.
Okay. Well, this is my wand. And this is my familiar Ferdinand.
I know.
An
You've
owlbear.
said, Spire Complex. Oh, I call it the Spire Complex.
I will get a book.
You can get a book, and you need ingredients. Because, unfortunately, not like sorcerers and warlocks, we have to really go and take the stuff out for it. We have to really get the ingredients in order to make the spell work.
Or it's like, hey, I'm right here.
So he grabs the ingredients for the firebolt real quick.
Okay.
Firebolt, not ball. Looking at you fella. And he starts gesturing. He starts doing the firebolt in his hand, like he's like really gesturing it, like he says something about it, like the name and all that, and shows him the firebolt in his hand.
Okay.
So this is what it looks like. This is a firebolt. So I've used this kind of ingredient in order to get the spell working, and you need to say a few names. And then you just throw it. And he actually throws the firebolt. Puts it in the water, hopefully.
Wizard spells come off of intelligence, yes?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jenks copies your movements and says the same words and takes the ingredients from you. Oh, there aren't actually material components for Firebolt.
But it helps them.
He takes some ingredients and he takes the words and he starts casting the spell. And he flings out the wand and there is a tiny little spark that just kind of... And then it just dissipates at the end, and he just looks up at you with the greatest smile of, I did it!
That's so cool! See, you're doing good!
And that's the first time. So I just have to practice this again and again and again and again and again and again and again.
Yeah, it takes a lot of work. But you definitely need a book.
I need a book, and I need to write down the things you said, and And
Actually, the way I do it though, have you looked at the strips, like my little leather strips on the staff? They're actually all my spells on there.
Oh, so the staff is your book.
Yes.
I should get a staff. A staff is much cooler than a book.
Anything is cooler than a book sometimes.
Books are dumb.
But books is where you get most of your spells from, though.
Yeah, but books is
important
dumb.
to read. It's not dumb. It's actually very, very good. It's awesome. It's cool.
Oh.
But you are cool. That means you're cool too if you read books.
I like
get
books,
awesome.
I suppose. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll get a book. I get a staff too, though. Staffs are cool. I mean, I've got
Yes,
a
you
wand.
can.
Wands are cool, but staffs is cool too.
My question is, can you try and do Find Familiar?
No, not yet.
No, not yet. Too long.
And about this point, yeah, Milo, you look up and you see a young woman with long black hair walking down the path towards the farmhouse, wearing a white top and a green skirt and a brown tunic, carrying a basket of apples.
Huh. Oh, Romad. Yes. Think your sister's here.
And she stops at the house and she just looks around, and there are a lot of people here I don't know.
Maybe I could try and speak as her.
Maybe you can try and speak as her. You possibly... Go ahead.
Right. Wow, there's so many people here. I thought it would be just less people here, Romad. Well, it seems like they had a bit of a friendship before getting here. It's good to see you again, Suthia. You too, Romad.
Squidly just runs out onto the deck and pulls out a bow and arrow and aims it.
Oh.
I'm an adventurer.
And so you are.
Are you a friendly person?
Of course I am.
Okay.
Would you like
He
some
puts
apple?
it away.
Suthia will hand out a basket full of apples. Would you like one? Freshly handpicked them today.
Squidly just runs down the garden path, grabs an apple, and then runs sideways away from the house, just... And then he runs back at the house, full pelt, and just sort of just about judges where the door is properly.
Romad will let Suthia in, along with him in it. And Romad will go towards Isola and Luna. This is my sister Suthia, the one I have told you about.
Oh, very nice to meet you.
Hello, dear.
It's nice to meet you too. Is something, Romad? Well, they wanted to know about what happened when you were in that state. Oh, I can try and say something. I can try. What do you need to know?
I'm typing as fast as I can.
That's why I'm letting them talk.
Yeah, just kind of small talk before I tell you this information you asked for.
Where did you get your skirt from? It's a very nice colour. Does it come in red?
Oh, I actually made this myself.
Oh.
Oh, right, I muted Jeff because I couldn't hear what John was
looks
saying.
critically.
Yeah.
Looks critically, yes.
I made it myself. I'm slightly becoming a tailor. Well, learning how to be a tailor.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see what else you can do.
Oh, Romad, Father wants to know if you're free this next week. He needs some help for Kalen. Yes, I should be free next week. Brilliant. I'll let him know when I go back. So, did you know Romad at all, you two?
No, we only just met today, right now, really.
I think I've seen you before. You're Luna, right?
Yes, I am.
I remember seeing you at the Spice of the Morning.
Mm.
At one point.
My child was stolen during the event a couple months ago. But before that, she was under the effect of the death curse.
I was told about you. Aeric's been saying, like,
That's interesting.
I was at the Spice of the Morning when this all happened.
Do you remember much about what happened? Romad told us you were affected by it as well.
There you go.
Just in time.
Vaguely, I remember being in some sort of ruins in a land, some sort of
Desaturated.
desaturated. No, I was about to try and find another word for it, mister. Some sort of landscape that wasn't very colourful. Felt
That's probably a better
dull.
word than my one.
The world ended past the city like that was all there. I was walking around, and every day there seemed to be some sort of tentacle reaching out of a whirling in the clouds in the sky, and just keep plucking someone and bringing them back up.
You saw other people then?
Yes, they never came back. They was just been taken away into the sky.
At this point, I would ask Luna if she has a picture or something of Briar, but I see Angel has dropped off the call.
She is going to be rejoining any minute now, hopefully with data connection, as their net has died.
Big oof.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Out of the
So-
timing as well.
How about that sports team, eh?
Aegis
I'm
just
sure-
looks up at Steel. That was a terrible display. What was the umpire thinking?
I can't believe they didn't allow that goal unit basket.
No, I swear it was a touchdown in the fifth. That one.
Suitha would just hand out apples. Would you like one?
Sports small talk subroutine not found.
God damn it.
Nat will take an apple from Suitha,
Yeah.
as will Jenks.
Take it
And
or try
Aerith
and
would just
steal it.
yell like, Suitha, you shouldn't be giving out apples. We're about to have some dinner soon. I'll just ruin their
Especially after-
appetite.
Stole all those ones.
Nat tries to steal it, and obviously Siltha sees this, but just like lets it go.
I don't know.
Just
Let's
like,
see.
Yeah, let's do this.
I don't actually have Suitha's stats. Tanny, roll me a d20. You don't notice as an apple just goes missing from the basket.
She plugged a lot of apples, so she probably think.
Does anybody here have a passive perception higher than 14?
Well, I'm not
yeah.
there.
Yes, I have 17.
I'm 10.
18.
10.
Both of you that do have higher than 14 notice Nat stealing an apple.
I also have 22, but he's not here.
22 can fuck off.
Cut his hands off. What a criminal.
I do nothing about the apple theft.
I see it, but I just like don't let.
Fucking kids.
respond to it.
I was gonna when I was outside, I was the girl that is curious of the sword. There must be some swords about in the area that I can train with.
You can't give a child a sword. It's not safe.
Whilst I was just waiting for Luna.
It'll be educational.
Yes.
She could hurt herself.
If there are any swords about, some little.
She has a wooden sword. You can train with that.
I think. Are you some more saying, Sage? You want a small sword that you can hold?
Yes.
Show her how to do things with her.
Yes. Or I could just use a broomstick.
Romel would be very upset if you took a broomstick. He'd be like, "No, you're not having a broomstick."
Completely lost connection. Data isn't connecting either.
No.
Oh no.
Luna has just text messaged me.
Looks like we'll never know what Luna thinks.
So you can both agree.
Well, how do you want to proceed with this?
Well, for a start, yes. Sage, you can find a stick or some form of lighter sword than your own sword,
and just parry and teach her how to do the simples of combat. But I won't go easy on her.
While you're playing that, I will be right back.
As people notice from a distance, I'm a very harsh trainer. I'm very strict. That's the paladin side of me. Still no news.
I've just sent her a text message asking. So yeah, Nat will quite happily work through whatever difficulty you give her. She learns quite quickly the forms, but obviously has a certain amount of difficulty with spoken instructions. Not being able to hear them. Suatha. Luna would give you a description of Briar eagerly.
I vaguely seen someone like her, but I don't remember what happened to her when I came back.
I get the feeling this conversation slightly got stopped as Essler also went BRB while...
Yeah.
It's not good, is it?
We'll wrap up about now, I think.
Probably for the best.
Yeah, well, it is a
People
level.
are dropping off and it's getting late, and some of us have to go back to work tomorrow.
Sad face.
I'm gonna still stay up late, but even though I'm going to work tomorrow, but I'm gonna stay up late.
I'm gonna play some Genshin Impact.
I'm gonna see if we try and play Among Us.
So, anyway, you guys all have... This conversation continues, and we'll cut back to it next time, but you all get together and have a nice meal. Following the meal, Sage and Milo escort the kids back to town.
I'll probably say that, yeah.
Yeah.
Steele and Aeric will take Aegis to Aeric's sister.
Rona.
Is that okay, Steele?
Yep.
And then Rona will lead you, Steele and Aegis, to the Temple of Gond.
I will explain the situation, and I will explain, and I will pretty much tell them that I'm expecting them to take good care of him.
He will.
And if I
Okay.
he he's very and pretty much like it's almost as depressing as it is. It's almost like sending an elderly relative into a home. he's basically he's very much like wants to know that they're going to take care of him.
Okay. So you go to the Temple of Gond, which is otherwise known as the House of Inspired Hands, in the Sea Ward. It looks a cross between a temple and a workshop, with a toothed cog with 4 spokes displayed prominently. And you meet with a bronze dragonborn priest known as Valletta, who will guide Aegis into the temple and assure you that Aegis will be well looked after.
Yeah, I believe him, and I promise that I will come visit.
Aegis accepts that this is where he will go and live now, for that is who he is.
Yeah.
He longs to find a new purpose.
Yeah. And I also kind of like tell that to the priestess as well. It's just like, you know, if you can try and find something for him to do to occupy him, then, you know, he will do the job to the best of his ability, so long as you kind of instruct him what to do.
She explains that they have a great many workers who will need assistance, especially someone strong to hold materials up, to put things into the right places. So she doesn't see that this will be a major problem to find a place for Aegis to work. And you head back to meet up with the rest of the group. And you have a new course, which is, as some of you might know and some of you can share with others, Talon instructed you to look into the weird activity of the Drow.
Because they're so fucking weird.
Did we resolve the question about whether Luna has a picture of Briar or some description of Briar?
Luna describes Briar to Suatha. And Suatha described that... Oh, Tanny, you can say the thing again.
No,
Yes,
I can't.
I wasn't there for that bit.
Suatha basically said that they vaguely remember seeing someone match that description, but they aren't sure what happened to them.
Okay. Okay.
So you know that they possibly went to the same place, but you don't know what occurred while they were there. Suatha described it as being a half-remembered dream with elements of it fading from memory upon waking up. But anyway, that's where we will call a close to this session. Thank you guys so much for playing along with us tonight, and thank you guys at home for watching along. If you haven't done so already, please do hit that follow button. It's a great way for you guys to know when we go live, and a completely free way that you can support us on the channel. It's not September anymore, so I won't do the full September spiel. But I will say that if you have an Amazon Prime account, you get 1 free sub per month to a channel. We would really appreciate it if you use it on ours, but we won't hold it against you if there's somebody else that you would prefer to support. Just do support somebody with it. If you have it, don't hold on to it, because it's a waste of your money.
Rip.
And so I'm going to say thanks, Tanny, for your second month subbing to us. You did it earlier tonight in the middle of some very emotional conversations, and so it didn't seem right at the time to bring it up.
No, I was just looking. I was like, oh, I forgot about that. Yeah,
Never mind this emotional shit. Congratulations!
Just give us the money.
In the meantime, here's the upcoming stream that's on the schedule. I meant to do October's schedule today, but I'll get it done soon. Tomorrow night, it's Minecraft Mondays. I'll be working on the Minecraft Monday server again, trying to continue building up my village. Not sure how much longer we're going to play this mod pack. Might start to look very soon into doing a new, different mod pack with other mods, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we're having struggle with life in the village, unfortunately.
You mean they're
time to start looking in a seasonal mod pack?
It might be. It might
Something to do with Halloween. So what's going on, guys? Halloween's here.
Shops are stocking up for Christmas already, so that's why I'm going.
Shut up!
On
Christmas is not here.
On Tuesday, we have Sea of Thieves, where 5 of us are going to work out how to be on 2 ships.
Sea of Thieves?
Well, we've done it once before, we can do it again.
Yep. On Wednesday, we're going to have a golden tooth. So
just the one golden tooth?
Just the one. Just a golden tooth. Wednesday will be a golden tooth where the group are at the top of a mountain in a monastery now. They're trying to find some cultists who are causing some trouble up in the mountains.
Hey, that's our spiel, damn it.
Why is it that we're dealing with a lot of cultists in 3 sessions, in 3D, well, 4 D&D sessions of...
It's a thing.
Cults are the thing right now, don't you know?
Cults are in.
Cults are the big thing.
Yeah.
On Thursday, assuming the internet plays nice, Jennifer will be playing some Secret of Monkey Island. And then on Friday, we have the one stream that is on the schedule right now, which is the next A-Team game. We're still exploring Attrig. We've been told about a place where people go and don't come back from, so we're going to go there and...
hopefully come back from there.
Fingers crossed come back from there.
Well, at least at the moment, Gunther isn't in threat of death this time.
At least at this moment, Gunther isn't in imminent peril of doom. But you know,
it's just treated to like a general sort of overall peril of doom.
We've lowered the warning level. It's it's not at a 6. It's now at like a 4.5. And then next Sunday it is Waterdeep Dragon Heist time with the Waterdeep Dragon Heist crew as we continue to investigate Grenfell.
Grenfell?
What?
Not Grenfell.
I'm pretty sure it's not Grenfell.
Growlhund.
Growlhund.
That's a altogether different stream. That is.
Yeah, no. Growlhund Villa, where the Nimblewright detector has been pinging a Nimblewright's existence. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, who is streaming at the moment?
Well, many millions of people are streaming at the moment, but who do we want to go to?
Who do I care about who's streaming at the moment?
Who do I give a toss about? Is the problem.
I'm gonna... Hopefully... Is that still going for a little while? Just double check how long this stream is planned to last for before I raid them. Hold tight.
No.
Holding tight.
Okay, we are going to raid onto Snoozy Blue, who is doing a month-long sessions of DJ music in support of Meeple Perk, my brother's cafe.
Okay.
So go send some love over to Snoozy Blue, and if you can, send some money that way, because it is a cause I'm rather a fan of. And
He's ever so snooty.
they're going to be doing some prize draws and things over the month, so stay tuned. For now, guys, I'll see you again real soon. Bye.
Bye.